Hello everyone, and welcome to the final match of Round 1 for the Anime Villainous Tournament Arc of 2023. As always, I am Chaos in the Sky, and today we'll be seeing Slyro against Tengu Lord, the last match in our first round for this tournament. One of these two players will be filling out our Round 2 bracket, so let's get right into the action and see who it'll be. Okay, and so now we begin with the final match of Round 1. Slyro versus Tengu Lord. We're going to see, I believe, was that the dice roll? Or are they rolling in? They're rolling now. There we go. We're going to see Slyro win the dice roll, so Slyro will be our starting player. That means that he will take the first ban. The question is what will he ban? My boy Slyro, I'm going to admit, I got a tiny bit of bias. I'm going to be as impartial as I can be in my commentary, but just a small amount of bias, because my boy Slyro, I've been friends with him for a long time. He is going to be banning Light, a very popular ban we've seen in this tournament. And then who is Tengu Lord going to ban? He's thinking hard about it now that Light's out. He might have had the same ban in mind. Might have chosen something different. He's going to ban Merrick. Very interesting. So we will not be seeing Merrick in this first match. This first game, rather. And now both players are going to blind pick their choices for who they will be playing as in Game 1 here. I'm very interested. I believe Tengu Lord's main on the server is Light, so I'm very interested on who he's going to pick. I have a general idea of who I think Slyro will pick because I've helped him practice a little bit. Oh my word, we're going to have crocodile mirrors. Oh baby, this is going to be a game. We're going to be seeing two crocodiles. I believe my boy Slyro, I'm pretty certain that his main is crocodile. I know he's practiced with crocodile a good bit. I'm not sure about Tengu Lord on how experienced with crocodile he is, but I am very interested to see how this plays out. I do not think I have ever seen a mirror of Crocodile specifically, to a character that has trouble keeping up fate pressure because of Catacombs being locked and Yuba being, when covered, a not very fun location for him. So this is going to be really interesting. I'm honestly really curious. I have no idea how this game could go, which is how mirrors normally are. As always, in a mirror match, I feel like, and I might be wrong in this, but I feel like a good amount of it comes down to the shuffle of the Fate deck and the Villain deck, which Crocodile gets a general quotation marks better start, and of course the players themselves. We're seeing Tengu Lord take his mulligan. He did not like his starting hand. He also starts with 1 power. So I think we're probably good to go. Is the clock starting? I believe it is about to, if they are ready to play. And maybe really drumming up the suspense here. I keep thinking that I'm not going to need a jump cut because they're about to hit the button, but then they're not hitting the button. Who knows? I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm biting my nails, chat. Anything can happen, and we're off to the races. And Slyro is going to go straight over to Alubarna to gain 3, not going for that turn 1 Fate and discard at Yuba. He must have some cards in hand that he really wants to play. He doesn't want to have to try and Fate just yet. We're going to see him throw out Scorpion Venom and Hidden Blade. He started with both of his attachable items, both of his two of his 3 attachable items. Golden Hook is the other one, but Golden Hook is the one that you use to play those. We're going to see Tengu Lord as his croc. He's going to go over to Rain Base and immediately throw out a Sand Body. Very interesting. He's not, and he also started with Scorpion Venom. All right, this is an interesting start indeed. A good early Sand Body there, I would say, because Crocodile really has no need for his ability at the moment. This early in the game, there are no allies out to take advantage of it. Crocodile's ability is that if he moves to a location with more allies than heroes, he draws a card. So literally worthless in the first 2 or 3 turns, potentially, depending on how you get ally plays. Slyro is going to go over to Yuba, gain 1 and spin that 1 to use Baroque Works. He's going to reveal 4 cards. All allies and items revealed will go into his hand, which is going to be Mr. 5. And then he can choose to shuffle back in or discard any other type of card, which is all 3 of these effects. So what will he be doing? He's got Desert Spada, and it looks like he's going to discard Desert Spada and put back in both Operation Utopias. Honestly, probably a play I myself would have made to an extent. And then we're going to be seeing the clock frozen for some reason. Is something being double-checked? All right, we are back in. We had a little bit of TTS technical difficulty is what happened there. Some people weren't able to see some cards that were coming out. And that sand body is going to pay off with a duplicitous woman pulled there. Going to be a dead fate on Tengu's Crocodile. And then we are right back over to Tengu's turn. He is looking not to fate in retaliation. Instead, he's going to, oh, wait, change his mind. He thought about it. He was like, should I go to Alubarna and, like, gain some power and really get some plays going? And he was like, nah, let me just throw out Sablé and then hit this guy with a fate for daring to try and fate my sand body form. And we're going to see Water Weakness and Usopp both pretty good, and it looks like Water Weakness is going to be his decision, so that means Croc is going to have to lose one of his fates later on. Or not one of his fates, one of his clashes, my mistake. We're going to see a little bit of a discard from Crocodile, and by Crocodile I mean Tengu Lord. I can't just say the villains' names because that could mean both of them. We're going to see Sly going to Alubarna to gain 3 to trigger that Sablé before it can be of any use because there are currently no heroes in place. That's a dead scheme. So a dead fate, a dead scheme in return seems like a pretty fair trade between the two of them. We're going to see Sly play out that Mr. 5 that he got earlier from Baroque Works, setting himself up potentially when he goes to Yuba to be able to make use of his ability and draw more cards. And not playing a second card, just hoarding his 2 power for now. Very interesting. Either didn't have anything he wanted to play or just wanted to have a lot of power for next turn, maybe looking to play Poneglyph or Miss All Sunday, potentially. We're going to see Tengu Lord go over to Alubarna as well, gain 3 and throw out Mr. 4 to defend Alubarna, thanks to his ability. When a hero is played to his or moved his location, he can immediately vanquish using Mr. 4. Slyro going back over to Mr. 5. Will he remember Crocodile's ability? Oh, he might not. That's the Crocodile Killer. It's one of the hardest things to keep up with. Princess Vivi or Disarmed. The duck has not been seen yet, so the duck could come out later to play Princess Vivi. Disarmed does get rid of Scorpion Venom, and we will see Scorpion Venom gotten rid of there. Golden Hook could get that back for Tengu Lord later, but that will cost him his... and we do see the Poneglyph. Slyro was holding on to that power from Alubarna to be able to play the Poneglyph on his following turn. So he has one of his 2 win conditions out. We're going to see him discard Enraged because he is not getting hit with heroes very much right now and knows that he can afford to not hold on to that and instead focus on getting more draw. Tengu Lord is not happy about what just happened. He's going to discard his own Enraged and then throw out his own Baroque Works, as well as go to his Fate location. We're going to see Poneglyph, Miss Golden Week, Mr. 1, and Golden Hook. All 4 of those cards must go into his hand, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, indeed. Baroque Works puts all 4 into his hand. That is a big Croc hand. That is, I think that's the biggest... No, it's 6. He could have gotten 7. But then we're going to see him go and Fate back in return. We're going to see Disarmed and Duplicitous Woman. Duplicitous Woman could move Mr. 5, but I think it's more likely we're going to see Disarmed get rid of Scorpion Venom here. Indeed it is. Both players have lost their Scorpion Venom. Slyro still has Hidden Blade, but he also has Water Weakness to deal with. And he will, both players have the possibility of getting Golden Hook. We know that Crocodile just got his Golden Hook. No telling where Slyro's Golden Hook is at. Could be anywhere. We're going to see Sly move over to Alubarna, wanting to gain 3. Does he have more allies to get out here ASAP? Spending 2 to throw down Mr. 3. His ability won't do anything here, but that is a body for Operation Utopia down the road, which is very useful, or to deal with heroes. And then, once again, Slyro is not going to be using his second play, either because he can't due to the cost of the cards in his hand, or he just wants to stock up more power for later. So we are back over to Tengu Lord's turn. He will be moving to Rain Base and gaining 2 to then spin 3 and throw down his Poneglyph and playing his Golden Hook for free to potentially get back that Scorpion Venom later, or even pull out Hidden Blade. He's also going to move Mr. 4 over to protect Yuba instead. Slyro is going to Rain Base. Are we going to see him unlock the Catacombs here? An ally plus... There's Miss Doublefinger. Her ability, again, does nothing here. But we are going to see the Operation Utopia, so Slyro is the first one to unlock the Catacombs, which, as we all know, makes Crocodile far more dangerous of an opponent. And then we're right back over to Tengu Lord's turn. Why can't I say Lord today? He is going to use Crocodile's ability. We saw him draw a card there. He's going to play out Mr. 5 with that power that he gains. Definitely he needs to hit Croc with some fates here, stop Croc from being able to use his top fate, ideally. We're We're going to see Nami and Vivi come out. Vivi would have been so useful just one turn ago, but unfortunately did not get here in time. Still, Vivi is going to be the one that we see played to the Catacombs to block that top fate top move. Slyro is at, Slyro's in a really good position here. He is at 4 power, so he has the power to play Miss All Sunday. He just has to draw Miss All Sunday, which he could, do you discard anything over here? I don't think he did. He has the power for it, absolutely. It looks like he's going to go over to Princess Vivi, probably looking to clash, I assume. He does have water weakness, and he is also going to play Miss All Sunday, so this will get rid of his water weakness here. He could also discard if he so chooses. I'm not sure. I don't remember how Hidden Blade works with this interaction, if he has to pay the one for Hidden Blade or put it in his hand with water weakness, because water weakness is an instead, so I believe because water weakness is an instead clause here, I don't know if clause is the right word, it prevents Hidden Blade's ability from activating because it's after you clash, and he didn't clash, he discarded water weakness instead. Tengu Lord going over to Rain Base, drawing one with his ability. Does he have an ally and Operation Utopia? He's going to play Miss Merry Christmas and Operation Utopia. Both of these crocodiles decided to not worry about slowing down the other crocodile and instead focus on just unlocking their own catacombs. So we did see Slyro play Miss All Sunday, however. She is not moved yet, but Miss All Sunday is out. No telling if Crocodile's Miss All Sunday is in the bottom half of his deck here with 15 cards, but he needs to get Miss All Sunday fast because both Crocs are very well set up to get a lot, and I mean a lot of progress here with allies and whatnot. We're going to see Sly move to Yuba rather than going straight for that move on Miss All Sunday. He's going to get Sanji and water weakness here. Once again, Sanji just a second too late would have been able to stop that, that whatchamacallit, that Catacombs play. Where is Sanji going to go? Is he actually going to use him to move an ally, or is he going to cover Catacombs? And it looks like he will be playing Sanji to Yuba, which should be able to move Mista 4. He's going to move him on over to Rain Base. That'll be annoying for Tengu Lord to deal with. And then, what else is Slyro? I think Slyro still has his discard. I don't actually, did he play a card? I don't think he's played a card either, because he has 5 in his hand. He drew 1, moving to Mr. 5. Will he be playing something? No, it looks like he's just going to be discarding. Or did he, wait a minute, did he play a scheme? I don't know. Maybe he did play something. Maybe I'm blind. Mr. 5 was already out, wasn't he? I think he was. I don't know. Oh, we're going to see him play Operation Utopia to gain another 3, building back up those power stores. And only gaining 2? No, he should still gain 3 here, I think, shouldn't he? Oh, no, only 2 because of Princess Vivi. That's right. Each card is reduced by 1. Yeah. My bad. Completely forgot that Vivi was still there. We're going to see Tengu Lord move over to Catacombs, so he won't be gaining any power, so he is not going to be able to play Miss All Sunday if he does, in fact, have her in hand. He could move an ally. Miss Merry Christmas or Mr. 4 plus Mr. 5 would be able to defeat Sanji. We're actually going to see him play Miss Golden Week and move Sanji over to Mr. 4, which allows Mr. 4 to use his ability to perform a Vanquish on Sanji. He does need Mr. 5 to help with that because Mr. 5 has the extra strength that Mr. 4 needs, and that will get Sanji out of here. And then Tengu Lord is also going to get the opportunity to Fate. So I would say that Tengu Lord he's going to also play Operation Utopia to gain 2. No, he can't do that because he played Miss Golden Week. Right, he's already done his play. He can't play again. Very, very easy to forget if you've utilized that play or not sometimes. He's going to discard Operation Utopia, actually, and he's going to go Fate. Tengu Lord has a bit more, Symbol of Friendship and Luffy, both good pulls here. Both good pulls. Symbol of Friendship will be annoying to deal with, but Slyro is set up to be able to get rid of it immediately should he so choose. And then Luffy gets shuffled back into the Fate deck because it is impossible for Luffy to ever be in the discard pile. He either has to be in play in Crocodile's territory, or he has to be in the Fate deck. Those are the only ways that that can go. And I believe... Oh, he did already hit the clock, so now we're over to Slyro's turn. I think Tengu Lord has a little more momentum in the Fate game right now, but Slyro has more momentum in terms of objective progress because he actually has Miss All Sunday out. But Slyro really, really needs to start moving Miss All Sunday. He needs to get her out of here. Could we see a contingency plan here, potentially? Indeed we will. So now Slyro will be able to take those actions underneath Princess Vivi. Contingency Plan is one of the cards that lets you take actions beneath heroes that actually does not specify non-fate. So that means that Crocodile will be able to use his fate action as well as his move. I imagine we're definitely going to see Miss All Sunday moved over here, more than likely. And he will be able to clash with Vivi as well as long as he puts Hidden Blade back into his hand. Ooh, that's a weak fate. Slyro really wanted to see a hero here. Disarmed. Getting rid of Golden Hook means that, whatchamacallit will be out of Tengu Lord's grasp for a while. His, what is it called? His, Scorpion Venom, which was discarded earlier, and that is one of Crocodile's favorite items. So that'll be rough. And then we're going to see a Vanquish on Vivi, which puts him back in his hand. I think he forgot to move Missile Sunday. Ooh, that's going to hurt. Really should have used that move action on Missile Sunday. He's got to get her over there ASAP. Got to get her over there ASAP. We're going to see Tengu Lord go over to Alubarna and gain 3. I'm not misremembering contingency plan, right? Yeah, it's not just one action. He can do all of them. We're going to see Tengu Lord get his other item out, Hidden Blade, to play that. And then he's going to Baroque Works. Pull out 4 cards here. Going to add all allies and items. Okay, he's got Missile Sunday now. He does not currently have the power to play her, but he has Missile Sunday. And then he has to decide if he's going to discard Enraged and Sandbody or shuffle them back into his deck. But now the races are really on, because Missile Sunday will most likely, unless a hero covers Rain Base, Missile Sunday will most likely be played and moved by Tengu Lord next turn. So Slyro really needs to get a move on here and get his Missile Sunday over there ASAP, because he also has to deal with Symbol of Friendship. We're going to see Slyro move over and draw a card, and then he's going to move Missile Sunday. That's 1 of 3 movements done, assuming no Duplicitous Womans push him back. We're going to see another Operation Utopia, which will net him 3 strength this time because Vivi is gone. Slyro also has his contingency plan out, which makes hero plays a lot weaker. The next hero that Tengu Lord plays will need to be played to contingency plan's location, where Miss Doublefinger and Mr. 5 are waiting to perform a Vanquish on whoever comes out. Also seeing Slyro get his Hidden Blade back out there, wants to be able to clash very effectively whenever some heroes come out. We're going to see Tengu Lord not going to Rain Base to get out Missile Sunday. Instead, he's going to go to Yuba, gain 1. He's 1 short of playing Missile Sunday, and even if he has Operation Utopia in his hand, he does not have a double play, so he will not be able to get Missile Sunday out this turn. He's deciding to stall playing Missile Sunday by 1 more turn so that he can get another Fate on Slyro over here. And we're going to see the Duck and Duplicitous Woman. So Duplicitous Woman could reset that Missile Sunday move. The Duck, however, would be a double hero play, and indeed it will be. That's going to play Vivi and the Duck to Catacombs, not to Contingency Plan, which means that Contingency Plan is still in play, and Slyro is, that was the end of his turn, Slyro is able to still use the Catacombs. Hopefully he makes sure to use that top move right now. Yeah, Slyro could have been in Showdown here. That was a bit of a misplay by my boy. I'm calling out my boy specifically. Slyro, if you're watching this, you gotta watch that. Unless I missed you doing a move, in which case I'm wrong, and I apologize, but I think you missed a move. But I might be wrong. It wouldn't be the first time, believe you me. We're going to see Slyro moving to the Catacombs, moving Missile Sunday. He's going to play Miss Golden Week and move the Duck over to Alubarna. Still not blocking any locations, but also that's going to allow him to clash with Princess Vivi this turn to get out of there, and he's going to spin 1 on Hidden Blade. And then I think Slyro doesn't understand how Contingency Plan works, because he should have faded there. I think he thinks he can only use 1 top action. He has confused it with Light's Amnesia, and I will need to talk to him about that after the games conclude, because he is confused. Now we're going to see Missile Sunday come out at Alubarna, so Missile Sunday will not be getting moved here. We're going to see Mr. 2 played to Catacombs over protecting that top Fate, and now Tengu Lord can start moving. And then Slyro could actually win this turn if he has Desert Spada in his... No, he can't, because Missile Sunday becomes a hero. He has a showdown he has to go through. I forgot Missile Sunday becomes a hero, guaranteed showdown. But he can kill the Duck this turn with Desert Spada and also move Missile Sunday into position. Missile Sunday is over there, so we will see Slyro get into Showdown at the end of this turn. That will make Missile Sunday a hero. Still not blocking these top actions due to Contingency Plan at the moment. And we are going to see a Desert Spada. Is he going to spend, I think it costs 3 here to kill the Duck with a Desert Spada? That will force Hidden Blade back into his hand. So he is going to spend 3 to just go ahead and get the Duck out of here. And then he has to put Hidden Blade back into his hand because he cannot afford to play it. And that should be the end of his turn, I believe. Missile Sunday will become a hero. He will start gaining power from the Poneglyph every turn. And he is the first to reach Showdown. It's looking rough for Tengu Lord. He really has to slow down Slyro and also start moving Missile Sunday. He's not going to move to Catacombs, probably because he wants to ensure he can gain some power and play a card this turn. But he's really got to start getting Missile Sunday over there. We're going to see a Desert Girasole. Doesn't currently have a target, but it is played. Or I thought we were seeing the Fate action there. Tengu's going to discard Sablé, and then he is going to Fate. He's going to get Duplicitous Woman and Luffy. This is definitely a Luffy play here. He's going to get rid of the contingency plan at long last to really mess up Slyro's action economy. Very smart. And Missile Sunday and Luffy are both at 6 strength because Symbol of Friendship is out. So Luffy is out of range for Miss Doublefinger and Mr. 5 to be able to defeat him. And also, if Luffy gets defeated, he's getting shuffled right back into this Fate deck, which is going to be pretty rough. That was the end of Tengu Lord's turn, as I thought. So that will shuffle Luffy right back in, even if he does get rid of him. Slyro is going to gain 1 from the Poneglyph now at the start of his turn when in Showdown. Before he moves, rather, is how it's worded. He gains 1 power. So what is Slyro going to do here? Could move over to Mr. 5 and get some draw going. He has enough allies out to where he could get rid of Symbol of Friendship, but it would leave him relatively low on hero or on ally count, and he really needs to. He wants to close out his showdown really quickly here if he can help it. He wants to close this game up before Tengu Lord can get into showdown himself. Tengu Lord still has his contingency plan coming up, which can be really rough for Slyro. And Slyro has the 2 strongest heroes that he has to deal with at the moment, Missile Sunday and Luffy, who are both being buffed by Symbol of Friendship. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Slyro decide to lose some of these allies to get rid of Symbol of Friendship, even some allies that he might be throwing out right now. We're going to see Mr. 4 played. Okay. So Mr. 4 is now defending Alubarna, and then Slyro is also going to spend another 2 to play Miss Merry Christmas. Or are we going to see Missile Sunday defeated here? I think it will take all 3 of these allies, but all 3 of them together will be able to defeat Missile Sunday because that's 2, 5, 7. It does take all of them because Missile Sunday is at 6 due to Symbol of Friendship. We also saw Desert Girasole get triggered, but there was no target for it, so it accomplished nothing. I think Slyro is rethinking if he really wants to use all of these allies for it. He could also discard Mr. 5 and Miss Doublefinger to get rid of Symbol of Friendship. Oh, he's not going to vanquish Missile Sunday. He's just going to leave her there for now. Very, very interesting. Mr. 4's ability could have been used there. Oh, and now Slyro is deciding that he's going to discard Mr. 3. This is why he didn't do the Vanquish on Missile Sunday. He's going to leave Mr. 4 there for now. He instead just wanted to open up his top move and top Fate, and now Symbol of Friendship is gone, unlikely to come back anytime soon. Tengu Lord was thinking about really wanting to Fate at the Catacombs, but in the end decided he needed some power, so he moved over to Rain Base to both gain power and get to move Missile Sunday this turn. He's going to spin 1 to throw down Miss Valentine to just get some more allies out there and ready to go for when he hits his own showdown. He actually has Miss Valentine lined up very nicely to move to Missile Sunday. Oh, we're on Slyro's turn. Whoops, sorry. I was too busy thinking about the possibilities. What are we going to see from Slyro here? What are we going to see? He's not going to go to his top Fate. He is going to gain 1 at Yuba, as well as 1 from Poneglyph, so he is at 2. He's going to make use of his bottom Fate instead, and potentially set up some more allies to deal with Luffy and Missile Sunday. We're seeing a Desert Girasole played, so that's a very good play right now on Tengu Lord, because he will most likely be looking to use his move. We see the Duck, which is a double hero play, and Usopp, who is a 3-strength hero. We're probably going to see the Duck to pull back out Vivi to, yeah, just absolutely cover up those Catacombs. That's going to seriously slow down Crocodile's progress. He can't move to Catacombs and play, whatchamacallit, this turn. He can't move to Catacombs and also play Contingency Plan this turn, because he doesn't have enough power for it. But the Duck and Vivi double blocking that top Fate, top move is very good for Slyro right now. It's a very, very strong play that he's very glad to have at the moment to slow down Crocodile's progress. We're going to see a Desert Spada to clash with Vivi or Karu. I don't think it matters which one. Hidden Blade will have to go back into his hand here because he can't afford it. Then he gets to discard if he wants, but after that, he will, all he has left to do is just do his normal clash. So immediately, oh, he's going to discard Mr. 1. Interesting. He's going to immediately get rid of Vivi and Karu. However, he basically had to, for more or less, sacrifice his turn to it to pull it off. He had to give up his Desert Spada, the one power he had, and accomplish nothing else this turn when he really needs to get Missile Sunday moved over. Of course, he didn't have an option to move Missile Sunday regardless here, but also putting no more fate pressure on Slyro, who just has to find a way to beat Missile Sunday and Luffy. We do know that Zoro could still come up in Slyro's deck here, which Slyro needs to watch out for, because that's going to be rough when Zoro comes out and discards one of these allies on him. We're going to see him move over to the Catacombs, play and move Miss Valentine, and then with Miss Valentine and Mr. 4, he will be able to vanquish Missile Sunday and get her out of there. So now it's just Luffy standing in his way, which he could very well win on his turn. Oh, and then the other Luffy on Tengu Lord is going to be rough. Yeah, playing Luffy right there. He could have moved Missile Sunday, but really what Slyro doesn't really want to set back Tengu Lord's progress at this point. What Slyro really wants to do is he just wants Tengu Lord to not be able to fate him so that Slyro can then close up his game and win before Tengu Lord can even get close. And Tengu Lord is not going to go to Yuba to fate. He's instead going to move Missile Sunday because he really needs to get into Showdown. That might cost him the game, however, because with Miss Double Finger set up and Slyro are able to go to Alubarna, he can very easily finish the game this turn. We're going to see, I'll say his name in a second. We're going to see Tengu Lord play out Sandbody and Hidden Blade, and then we're back to Slyro, and I think Slyro, if he just has an ally with 2 or more strength in his hand, he can win this turn. And Mr. 1, he has Mr. 1, so that'll be Mr. 1, the Vanquish used on Luffy, which will end Slyro's turn with no heroes in his territory, and that should be game. Silly Weird Mouse, even though it's game over, Luffy doesn't go into the discard pile. It's impossible for him to be there. But that will be game in Slyro's favor. Pretty good Croc Mirror game from both players. Slyro just got, he got some earlier progress with his Missile Sunday, and that made all the difference. Tengu Lord was unfortunately just unable to catch up with the progress that Slyro made at the speed at which he did. But a very good game from both players. I'm looking forward to seeing how things go in round 2. Or not round 2, this is round 1, but game 2 is what I should say. I always mix up saying round, game, match, etc. But yeah, it'll be exciting to see, so we will see that soon. Okay, and here we are with game 2. We're going to be seeing Tengu Lord ban Gendo. Does not want to see Gendo played. I can't remember if I practiced Gendo with Slyro at all. I don't know if Slyro knows how to play Gendo, to be honest, so... But he definitely won't be playing him now. And then Slyro is going to ban Loxus. Does not want to see Loxus come out. This means that Light is not banned. We could see Light come out here, potentially, because I think it's Tengu Lord's main on the Annaville server, if I'm not mistaken. And then Slyro does have to pick first here, because he won the first game, so he has to let Tengu Lord counterpick him for game 2. And we will be seeing from Slyro... His choice will be Father. He's going to be playing Father. We have another Father game coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Father has been a bit of a fan favorite in the Anime Villainous Tournament arc. A lot of people like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I can't blame them. I like it as well. And Father is just a very fun character to play as. Very enjoyable character to play as. We are going to see Tengu Lord playing as Light. So it will be Light against Father. I actually think that I think that Father might have just a little bit of a favorable matchup here, because Father is one of the better characters at keeping up fate pressure, and Light really hates it when he can't ensure a fate lock on his opponents. Light really likes it when he can ensure a fate lock, because it allows him to guarantee patient plotting or guarantee Shinigami Eyes, and it is between True Alchemy and Promise Day allowing very easy ally, but well, not easy ally plays, but consistent ally plays from Father. It is quite difficult to fate lock Father effectively, which can be rough for Light. But Light can also be pretty good at keeping up fate pressure as long as he can handle the Yellow Box warehouse being kept open. So as long as he can manage that, he can keep up some fate pressure in turn, and Light can play well when covered with heroes with Amnesia and cards like Social Manipulation. So Light can still do pretty well against characters that have good fate pressure because he can play with heroes being out. It doesn't, he has a lot of, all villains have options for it, but Light has a lot of options for dealing with heroes being on his territory. So we're going to see Tengu Lord taking his first turn. I believe Slyro did not take his mulligan. He will not be mulliganing. We're going to see a Desperate Gambit right out the gate. Light will be getting Ide's name and gaining 2, and then Slyro will get to play this top Fate card onto him. And it will be Mellow. Honestly, not bad for Light. That is a Mellow play that does not get rid of an ally. Mellow is annoying because now he has to worry about Accusation letting Mellow kill hero or allies down the road. However, very useful for Tengu Lord to see Mellow come out in a forced fate like this, where he doesn't Slyro doesn't get to kill out one of his allies. We're gonna see Tengu Lord discard Last Resort, which is very interesting. He played Kiracult. I missed that. My bad. Played Kiracult and discard Last Resort. Slyro is not going to go straight for a fate on turn 1. He's going to go to Xerxes and gain 4. He must have some cards he wants to play at his double play here. He's going to spend 2 to go ahead and get the Philosopher's Stone. Now why he didn't mulligan makes a lot of sense. Turn 1 Philosopher's Stone and a Promise Day is a very strong start for Father. He's going to get Gluttony, not the best ally to get from a Promise Day play, but still, honestly, any Promise Day that you don't get Mannequin Soldiers is a good Promise Day in my world. So honestly, a very good first turn for Slyro, getting Philosopher's Stone and Gluttony out there, shuffling up his deck. He had 2 Shapeshifters in hand. We're going to see Light go over to Light's apartment, gain 2, move Mellow over, and then a Social Manip. Ooh, baby, that is a very strong... We have very strong turns for both players here. Very good for Light to get a Missed Mellow on an ally, 2 name tokens. And he's cleared out the warehouse now. Slyro doesn't like that at all. He's immediately going to go over here and Fate. We're going to see Watari. Complications could get rid of Kiracult, but I highly doubt that'll be played. Watari's going to block that top Fate, and then we are having L pulled out by our boy Weird Mouse, and then L will be put on top of the Fate deck via Watari's ability. So hopefully Slyro remembers to utilize his multi-Fate next turn for a guaranteed L. Or you might choose not to anyway, just to get the Fate deck thinner, but... no telling if that'll work well. We're going to see him discard 2 Mannequin Soldiers, putting back in Starter War and True Alchemy. I have instilled the belief in my boy Slyro in our practice games. True Alchemy is amazing. Put it back in your deck. It's one of the most useful cards in the game, in my opinion. I love that card. We're going to see Tengu Lord go over to Yagami Resonance. These two are playing fast. They're going quick. I don't got a lot of time to talk. He's going to play out Mikami and also throw out a Patient Plotting. So, pretty much begging Father to go to his bottom Fate and hit him with another Fate. Doesn't want him to get that 3rd name token. I imagine that's immediately... yes, that is indeed what Slyro is immediately going to do. He's going to go over there and gain 1. Very likely to hit a hero here, either by Accusation. Oh, he had L. That's right. So he's just going to multi-Fate. I forgot that L was there for a second. So touche, Slyro. Touche. So he's going to hit the multi-Fate and throw L right on the Yagami Resonance to stop that Patient Plotting. And then we're going to see another Promise Day, hoping for a strong one. We're going to get Flask, which isn't bad. Getting a free Flask, he can put it to his location immediately and take use of its effect at the end of this turn. So he'll be able to draw up to 6 and then discard 2 cards, as that is what Flask does. Lets Father get through his deck. Discarding Human Energy, let's go! Get that card out of here! I'm not a big fan of Equivalent Exchange either, but it's Human Energy is the one that I hate. Honestly, Human Energy has been more useful to me than Equivalent Exchange in my experience, but Human Energy has failed me more than Equivalent Exchange. So, you know, it's hard. It's hard to come to terms with that. We're going to see Sly draw up to 6 thanks to Flask. He's going to shuffle back in Wrath with his ability because he has to discard 2 cards, and he's just going to get rid of Military Strategy. He's got Flask out now, which does the same concept as Military Strategy, so he doesn't really see himself needing that. Patient Plotting, unfortunately, is going to whiff for Tengu Lord. I forgot his name for a second there. It's at the top right of the screen, Chaos. Just look. He's going to play the Death Note, which only costs 2, and then, thanks to Mikami's ability, and then he's going to gain 2, get Mellow's name, and then Slyro gets to play that top card. It's going to be Alias. We're probably going to see Mellow's name put right back in, because otherwise Mellow is going to die. Indeed we are. Slyro does not want Mellow to go. So a Desperate Gambit. This is the classic Desperate Gambit play, immediately aliasing away the name token, which means you basically played it to gain 2. We're going to see a Fate by Tengu Lord, Umber Circle, and Mei Chang. Umber Circle, not all that useful when there's just 2 power. I believe I mentioned it multiple times in these Father games. In my humble opinion, unless you know you're stopping Father from playing a war by doing it, Umber Circle normally isn't that worth it unless he has 3 or more power. 2 power, it's not bad. It's not bad to get a 2 power, but usually the other Fate card will be a better option in that case. And Mei Chang is going to let Tengu Lord put back in Equivalent Exchange and 2 Mannequin Soldiers there, undoing some of Father's Fate deck stacking that Slyro had been working on there. We're going to see Slyro go over to Xerxes, get up to 5 power. There's only one more Umbra Circle in this deck right now that he has to be afraid of in terms of stalking power. We're going to see Sloth thrown down at Central City. That's 5 power, I believe. No, that's 6. That should be 6, so if he has Starter War, he can spin 4 on it. And indeed he can. Just enough power to hit that Starter War. Doesn't have to worry about the other Umbra Circle now, as he has gotten himself back down to 0 power. Very strong play by Slyro. He's going to discard another military strategy and shuffle Lust back in there and just keep trying to stack his deck as best he can after Mei Chang set him back a little bit on that. I just had a small panic attack. I looked at Streamlabs and I thought I wasn't recording, but I am recording. Thank goodness. Whew, that made my heart stop for a second there, chat. I was terrified. We're going to see Tengu Lord. I say we're going to see so often, I feel like. He's going to go over to Light's apartment, spend 2 to throw down Kiyomi. Very interesting that he went to Light's apartment there instead of Yagami residence if he wasn't going to make use of the move action, but I'm sure he had his reasons. We're going to see Slyro go over to Fort Briggs and gain 1. We're going to see a True Alchemy to maybe move the Philosopher's Stone. He's going to go for a Fate, firstly. We're going to see Accusation and Mogi. Ooh, okay. Accusation will not let Mello discard any allies here, unfortunately. Mogi could actually be a really strong play to move Light over to Task Force HQ because he can move a character to an adjacent, and that is exactly what Slyro is going to do. He's going to fully block up all of Tengu Lord's locations, as well as prevent him from being able to Fate on his turn, giving Slyro even more breathing room. Slyro is then going to use his 1 power to throw out Greed at Mei Chang's location. Not going to be clashing anytime soon, but he is setting himself up for that next war at Lior. He's going to discard Mannequin Soldiers. And are we going to see a Flask use here? We are indeed. So Slyro is drawing up to 6 cards, and he then gets to discard 2 as Flask allows. He's going to get rid of a Mannequin. Very easy decision to make there. And he's going to shuffle back into Starter War. Very fair and understandable. And then we're back over to Tengu Lord. He's got 2 names, but he's loaded up on heroes. He does have some allies out. Granted, his allies aren't doing a lot right now. This time he's going to go to Yagami Residence, gain 3, and he's just going to throw down Paranoid Prep because he is looking to get himself some, I don't know why the clock has stopped. Oh, they were double-checking the amount of power he was at. The power clicking must have been slightly off. And that will be the end of Tengu's turn. He really just wants Paranoid Prep out, probably because he needs to cycle his deck a bit more. His top discard is blocked, and his bottom discard location sucks because there's a hero on it, making it a gain 1 and a discard. Slyro is going to go over to Central City, probably going to be moving over that Philosopher's Stone. Indeed he is, as well as gaining 2. Will he use Greed to go ahead and get rid of Mei Chang here to open up his top Fate? That is the real question. It would probably benefit him more to... Oh, he's got a True Alchemy to move Gluttony. This is why True Alchemy is the best card. Now he can use Gluttony to vanquish Mei Chang, and Gluttony will simply replay himself, which means that he loses nothing in that vanquish, and he is very well set up. He could actually get another Starter War there by going to Xerxes and gaining some power next turn. Tengu Lord realizes this, is going straight over to Task Force HQ. He's throwing out Battle of Wits. He's all schemed up on a Thursday. Is it Thursday? It is Thursday that we're recording this one. This is going live on a Saturday, I think. We're going to see him Fate as well, of course. We're going to see Ling Yao and Armstrong come out. Tough choice. Probably Armstrong at the top Fate is what I'm expecting here. He will be defeatable by Greed and Gluttony. However, it will cost him Greed at least. And that is indeed what is going to happen. So that's a 5 strength Armstrong. Greed is only at 4 strength there, so he is unable to really do anything about it. We're going to see Father go over to Xerxes, gain 3. We're going to see that war? Are we going to see that war? He can't afford it. It costs 4 again. He has the same setup he did last time, except it's Greed instead of Sloth. But Greed and Sloth have the same amount of strength, and the Philosopher's Stone is buffing him. So we will see the Starter War played. Slyro is not going to shuffle this one back in because he only needs 2 more to get the plays he needs. He needs to remember to put that token down. There he goes. And then with his other play, for 1, he's going to Promise Day, and he's going to get a Mannequin Soldier, which is unfortunate, but he is going to throw down that Mannequin Soldier at Armstrong's location to hopefully deal with him down the road. And we're also going to see him shuffle in Shapeshifter because he doesn't quite want it at the moment. But Slyro already at 2 tokens. Light is only at 2 name tokens, so Father is technically speaking halfway through his objective, while Light is only 1/4 of the way through his objective. Light is going to go to Yellow Box and discard. His Paranoid Prep has not gone off. Slyro has not activated it. He really needs to get some card cycling here because his hand must not be good to deal with his current situation. And he's double-checking his schemes, but he ended his turn after discarding and gaining 1. So now we're back over to Slyro, and Slyro is debating what he wants to do here, probably deciding if he wants to get rid of Armstrong or not, or if he wants to just leave Armstrong to keep his allies available and keep them moving. And it looks like he will be getting rid of... No, he's not getting rid of Armstrong. He's going to move Greed, actually. Okay. He's leaving the Philosopher's Stone. The Mannequin Soldiers and Gluttony are 4 right now. They get +1 from Mannequin Soldier, or from Philosopher's Stone. Mannequin Soldiers have 1 strength because there's a transmutation token at that location, and Gluttony has 1 by default. That's 1 short of being able to kill Armstrong. If Slyro has an ally, even a Mannequin Soldier, he could play it here to make up that difference. He did gain his 2 power for Central City. He might be rethinking if he doesn't want to move Greed here. Oh, we're going to see him spend 2 to put down Lust. He would have to use all of his allies there, but he would get a refund of 2 power. Well, no. He could use Lust and then either Gluttony or the Mannequin Soldiers, but he should overkill probably. He could leave the Mannequin Soldiers there for more defense if he doesn't want to overkill, but he would have to use Lust here because the Mannequin and Gluttony are only 4 strength combined and Armstrong is 5, so he will be using Lust. Gluttony will replay himself. And he's going to be shuffling Lust back in. And he just used Gluttony, so he's going to keep his Mannequin Soldiers, and he's going to gain 1 as a result. He decided leaving the Mannequin Soldiers there for more defense is worth more to him rather than getting that 1 extra power, which is an entirely fair play. Entirely fair. That top Fate of Fathers is very important to him. He really wants to keep it nice and defended, and Mannequin Soldiers with the Philosopher's Stone there, no less, are actually a pretty good defense, especially when combined with Gluttony. Mannequin Soldiers plus Gluttony can kill basically any hero that isn't Armstrong. We're going to see a Justice planned here, and Tengu Lord is deciding to get rid of Cult and Battle of Wits to get Mello's name again. That is a very lucky shuffle for him, because I believe Mello was shuffled back in earlier. And then his only other action is to Fate Father. We're going to see Umbra Circle and Winry. Again, this Umbra Circle is going to do basically nothing, so we're probably going to see Winry come out here. It has been pretty, I'll admit it, it's been pretty lucky fates for Slyro, I would say. We haven't seen Scar, Hohenheim, Alphonse, or Mustang, or there was one other, Edward. None of those have come out yet. So fairly lucky fate shuffle for Father. But that also means that Winry could really set the deck here. Really set the deck. And honestly, Tengu Lord, if he's clever about it, could potentially just start multi-fating non-stop. He didn't discard any cards there, so I expect we will most likely see him just throw out multi-fate after multi-fate, I would imagine, because he knows what those next 3 cards are, and hopefully he has set them up in a way that he knows that he's fine just getting that 1 card revealed because it's the card he wants to play. We're going to see Slyro go over to Xerxes to gain 3. A very Xerxes-heavy player, Slyro is. He's going to discard Shapeshifter, and he's going to shuffle Envy back in. I assume we're probably about to see some Promised Days in that respect. He's also preventing Light from getting his Paranoid Prep by not playing a Fate-heavy game, which is very bad for Tengu Lord, because he really wants that. The fact that he didn't Justice plan the Paranoid Prep obviously shows that he very much wants to, or I assume, at least I'm making an assumption, that he really wants that to trigger so that he can cycle his deck a bit more. Slyro did unfortunately get Mannequin Soldiers. We're going to see him use True Alchemy. Now that he has another Mannequin Soldier there, he is not afraid about moving away the Philosopher's Stone, getting it over to Xerxes to just continue pumping up his troops so that he can start these wars easier and easier. Because of Watari, at the moment, we are seeing that Tengu Lord just cannot fate each turn. He's only able to fate every other turn, really making it rough for him. We're going to see him move Kiyomi over to the Yagami residence after playing a Misinfo, which would, if Father continues his discarding shenanigans, would allow him to move Watari potentially, or L, to really get some more action going. It's been a bit of a rough game. Light had a really good start, but he's having a bit of trouble. He's stumbling a bit here. His fates and his deck order appear as well to have been pretty rough. Now, finally, we're going to see the Paranoid Prep triggered. Slyro is going to go and reveal the fate cards. You reveal the cards first, then Paranoid Prep is resolved. So Tengu Lord will get to discard as many cards as he likes and then draw that many from his deck. After that, Slyro will then get to play either Aizawa or Imprisoned. I imagine we're probably going to see Imprisoned here, because Tengu Lord has no... Oh, no, he does have Misinfo. But Slyro could trigger Misinfo here, which he might do intentionally just to keep Imprisoned out longer. Not entirely sure. Or he might not because he wants to keep Watari on that top fate. Could go either way. We're going to see Slyro spin 2 for Lust over at Xerxes with Greed, preparing for that war. That is 3, 5, 7. That's 7. So Slyro can very, very easily get his next token next turn. We're going to see him discard. Did he discard 2 cards there? He did. He discarded Equivalent, I believe, and he was also discarding, I forget, I think it was Father's Throne he discarded back in. And we're going to see Tengu Lord is going to move Mogi to his top fate, actually. I understand getting Task Force HQ open, but quite interesting to put him at the top fate of all places. So this does allow him to get a double play in this turn, and potentially Death Note could be of some use if he gets some name tokens. Oh, but he has Imprisoned to deal with. He's going to play the Shinigami Eyes for free on Mikami because of Mikami's effect, or ability, rather. He's going to play 2 Shinigami Eyes for free on Mikami. Holy cow. Really hoping he doesn't get hit with an accusation. Kiyomi is moved back over to make use of her effect next turn. He does, however, really need to get rid of... Oh, he's going to kill Mello. Of course, he's going to kill Mello at the end of his turn with his own ability. What am I talking about? Doesn't have to worry about the accusation at all. Very good play. Very good play. He does, however, still have to deal with Imprison, which is going to be a problem. He's realizing now that his ability activates at the end of his turn, so he needs to fate Slyro first. And he did remember to multi-fate because he set up with Winry. We're going to see Scar. Scar is going to block Xerxes. That is going to be rough. Oh, no, Scar is going to block Fort Briggs, actually. Interesting. Not a transmutation token there, so still a good play. A little surprised. He would have died immediately at Xerxes, but it would have slowed down the token being played. So a fair play. I'm not sure which is the better play there. Keep Scar alive longer or force Slyro to immediately sack Greed to Scar. Sly's going over to Xerxes, probably gonna get that 3 power so he can play himself a starter war potentially. Oh no, he has Pride and Wrath in his hand. I'm a little surprised he didn't just pay for one, but he does have a Promised Day, and I don't think he has many allies in here. He did get Envy. Envy would be really good. Yep, right over at Fort Briggs. So Envy will be able to defeat Scar next turn if Slyro just goes to Central City. And then we're going to see a True Alchemy. Oh, he's going to do True Alchemy for the Vanquish to just immediately get rid of Scar and put Envy back in there. Dude, I'm telling you, True Alchemy, one of the best cards in the game. One of the best cards in the game. So Slyro, I believe we've seen both Umbra Circles pass. Doesn't have to worry about losing his 4 powers suddenly. We do see that Light's apartment is open now because Mello was defeated using Light's ability, or the Death Note's ability. Could have been either or. It was his pick. So Light will now be going to his apartment. He really, really needs to get rid of Imprisoned. He's unable to play 2 schemes this turn, so he won't be able to use the Shinigami Eyes next turn. Very interesting. He's going to play Chief Yagami to Light's apartment. An interesting play. I normally see Chief Yagami played to heroes to immediately move them. I don't think he used his move hero action there either. Tengu Lord is playing at a level that I cannot understand. He's got some ideas that I'm not fully understanding, but I trust that he knows what he's doing and he's playing his game. And he's gonna do what he wants to do. I believe in him. Slyro is gonna go over here and immediately fate. We're going to see a Complications and an Alias. He could discard the Death Note here, or a Shinigami Eye, but Death Note wouldn't be too bad, and that is what he's going to do. He could have put back in a name, but in the end he decided getting that Death Note out of there is a better play, because the Death Note is very vital to to Light being able to clean up his territory. We're going to see Slyro then spin 3 on Starter War. Indeed it is. He's going to shuffle that war back in. I believe that only costs 3. Greed is 3. Lust is 2. That's 5. With the Philosopher's Stone, they both get +1, so that's 7. Quick maths. So that is 3 tokens out. We're going to see Pride get shuffled back in, along with Wrath. Slyro just keeps drawing them every time. And Envy. Holy cow, what an ally hand. And that will be the end of Slyro's turn. He just needs 1 more token. He has no allies where that token needs to go at the moment, but he is preparing for it. We're going to see a God of the New World, presumably to play a scheme, probably Paranoid Prep or Kira Cult, because they are free. Indeed, Kira Cult. Are we going to see his other play to play a scheme from his hand so he can get rid of Imprisoned? Because boy, howdy, he needs to get rid of it. Indeed, playing Paranoid Prep from his hand, discarding it and getting rid of Imprisoned. Being prepared for Imprisoned, I have found, I have not played Light a lot, but I've been playing him a little more recently to learn more about him, because we've been seeing him banned a lot and seeing some games with him in the tournament. And preparing for Imprisoned and having schemes ready to go for it is very, very vital for Light. We're going to see Mikami moved over to Light's apartment, getting ready to get a double name token if he can move there. Father is already at his top fate, so if Father wants to stop that double name token, then he's going to have to go to Fort Briggs. We're going to see Alphonse played, once again multi-fading because he set his deck earlier. And Alphonse, where is Alphonse going to go? Not a lot of safe positions for him right now. We're going to see Alphonse reveal 8 of these 9 cards, so Father is just barely going to avoid a reshuffle because of this. I'm not sure. Oh, Weird Mouse was trying to remember how to just take the card off the bottom because there's a TTS thing for that to make this smoother. So then we will reveal these cards. Wrath, Pride, and Envy are all there. That really hurts for Slyro. That's going to do away with all three of those very strong allies that Slyro was definitely hoping to make use of very shortly with Promise Day to get that last token out. So very rough for Slyro. Now, will Slyro let Light get 2 names here to instead progress his objective? Absolutely not. He's going to go straight to that Fate location. He can play a card if he wants. He's not going to be able to do any kind of clashing here, even if he has Shapeshifter in his hand. He's going to Human Energy and get nothing out of it because Human Energy is garbage. He's going to put his True Alchemy back in. Good play, good play. We're going to see him Fate. He just wants any hero here. He's going to get Matsuda. Matsuda is probably who he's going to play to Light's apartment to ensure, or actually he could play Matsuda to Task Force just to cover it and then move Light to Light's apartment. But no, he's just going to put Matsuda at Light's apartment. He's not going to use Light's effect here because he doesn't want to move Light off of that open hero double play bottom Fate. Light would love to get to go to Task Force HQ this turn now that his Shinigami Eyes are blocked off by Matsuda. So very good play on Slyro's part, not using Matsuda's effect there. Oh, it seems that Tengu had forgotten to draw his extra card from Kiyomi, so he just got his extra card there. We're going to see Light go over to Light's apartment. Probably going to move Mikami back over to Task Force, although the top Fate is open, so Father can get right back over there and Fate him again to prevent those Shinigami Eyes from being used. And I think we are coming up on a reshuffle. Mello could be coming back any time now. So really, oh, we're going to see Chief Yagami moved actually, just going without the top Fate for the entire game, Light is. I became Yoda briefly, and that is going to then let him gain 2 and spend 3 on Ryuk. So we'll see Ryuk played there. He might use his move hero. He might not. I don't see where he would move the hero to at this point, probably. Yep, he's just going to draw up to 5. He did draw up to 5 because of Kiyomi. I'm moving my camera a little willy-nilly there, sorry. And then right back over to Fate for Father as he just digs for cards he needs. We're going to see Ide and Nier. Pretty strong Fate here. Honestly, both are good plays. Nier can really do some switching around shenanigans. Ide can move Mikami and Kiyomi to bad locations. We're going to see Nier cover Light's apartment, and he's going to swap Kiyomi and Light, once again preventing Light from being able to Fate him on his turn. A very strong play by Slyro, I would say. Slyro is then going to discard Divinity because he doesn't need it. And that is going to be the end of his turn, I think. He's also going to discard a Star to War. Probably, he's got that one right there that he's shuffling back in, so he knows he doesn't have to worry about it anytime soon, at least. We're going to see a True Alchemy for a move action to get the Philosopher's Stone over to Fort Briggs. Very strong. And probably going to put that True Alchemy back in. No, you got to put that True Alchemy back in. Look at all that moving you need to do. You got to get Grust? I just made a shipping name. You got to get Greed and Lust over there, my dude. You need that True Alchemy. He doesn't really need it. I think he has another one, actually, so he's not worried about it, which is totally fair. But it vehemently pains me to see True Alchemy discarded. But honestly, it might even be the right play here. Light going over to Yellow Box to gain 1 and discard because his hand must suck again. It has been a very unfortunate villain deck order for Tengu Lord. It seems like he has been struggling without access to his top discard at Yagami Residence, having to go over to Yellow Box, which has been stacked by both Slyro and Tengu Lord himself. So that has been very rough. Now we're going to see back over with Slyro. There are no Umbra Circles coming up. I think they're both in the discard. Slyro could actually, if he really wants to, he could just absolutely stack himself on power to be able to play the thing. He could actually play it here by moving Greed if he has the Star War in hand, and it appears he doesn't, unfortunately. He's going to play Father's Throne. Winry and Alphonse are stacked at Fort Briggs, which means they can be Divinity'd into oblivion as soon as Slyro hits Showdown. So it is looking very good. We're going to see Slyro take Wrath out of his discard pile from that earlier Alphonse play and shuffle him back in to get back to stacking his deck. I assume we're going to see either... Something in my throat there, sorry. We're going to see Greed or Lust moved here, probably Greed. If I had to guess, Slyro is figuring out which one he wants to do. It will be Greed in the end. Greed is being moved over to Fort Briggs. Are we actually going to see a Vanquish on Winry? Oh, interesting. We're actually going to see him Vanquish Winry with Greed. Probably just planning to get him back out with a Promise Day or with a Xerxes double play. Or he could play him from Lior even. We're going to see Tengu Lord going back to Task Force. Really, that's his best play, is just to get back to Task Force, his only uncovered location, and his bottom Fate. with Father getting very close to his endgame here. He's basically just going as quick as he can to get back there. We're going to see a Patient Plotting come out. Father has access to both of his Fate locations, unless a Fate here stops it. We're going to see Gate of Truth. The Tengu Lord, remembering his Winry placement perfectly, turned Gate of Truth like a gangster to the side before even flipping it. I appreciate that style. Tengu Lord, if you're watching this video, I appreciate that, brother. That was smooth. Smooth. I don't know why I said smooth like I was a cow from Barnyard the movie. But that was a gangster move right there. I appreciate that. And that will be the end. I think he accidentally hit deal instead of draw there. So he accidentally put one of his cards into Slyro's hand. That was very funny. I think he's played Misinfo and Patient Plotting, and he faded. And he moved Ryuk. I think his turn is done. I'm not sure what Tengu Lord, unless he's considering taking back one of his plays to do something else. Oh, he's looking at his shenanigans. I think a card got messed up there that was supposed to be discarded. They've cleaned it up now. I trust that our judges, there was a little bit of a misclick, and I trust that our judges have finished it up correctly. I'm not sure what's happening with Death Note here. Did he think that he could play Death Note by moving Ryuk? He can't, because Ryuk has to move to the location of an ally. So he will not be able to do that. I think Tengu Lord was mistaken on Ryuk's ability, in that an ally has to be at Ryuk's oncoming location. So he will not be able to Death Note there, unfortunately. So I think he's gaining back the power that he was trying to spin for Death Note there. And then I think we're good. Everything's back on the up and up. He's deciding not to... Okay, I understand what happened now. He misunderstood Ryuk. He was trying to search earlier to play Death Note because he thought he was going to be able to use Ryuk there. That's when he accidentally hit the draw, and we had to fix the decks, and now instead he's going to move Kiyomi. All right, everything's back on the up and up. We got it. Tengu Lord is already faded. I think Tengu Lord got very confused because he misunderstood Ryuk. It happens to the best of us. One little misread causes it to be like, oh, I thought I could do this. My entire plan is messed up. I got to reformulate now, and then you just kind of forget what actions you've taken and what actions you haven't. It happens to even the best of us. We're going to see Father go over to Xerxes in game 3. He does not have to worry about power right now because Umbra Circles are all in the discard. He's going to get Wrath on the Promise Day. Does he have Start a War in his hand? If he does, he can play it right here easily for 5 and enter Showdown, which will practically guarantee his victory next turn. Because he can easily get rid of Gate of Truth because he has Philosopher's Stone in play to get Divinity. Oh, he won't be able to get rid of Gate of Truth, actually, in that case, because he won't have enough power. But, because he has to spend the power on the Start of War. But even then, he is going to start the war. He can win with Gate of Truth in play. He doesn't need to use Divinity here. He can very simply go to Central City and perform the Vanquish action there on Alphonse with Wrath. And, oh, actually, that is exactly what's going to happen because Light is currently fate-locked, which is why Slyro does not care at all about letting him get that Patient Plotting. He is going to get Nir's name, which is very nice. I do believe this is game, though. I'm very certain that there's no way that Light can get to his top fate, and then all Slyro has to do is go to his Vanquish and Vanquish... Oh, Mogi was under Matsuda that entire time. I didn't even realize. What the heck? I didn't even know he was there. I completely missed that. I didn't know Mogi was out. But there's nothing that can be done here because Wrath is in position. So that's going to be game, unfortunately. Tengu Lord is still going to take out his turn and do everything he can, get as close to victory as he can. He's going to get 5 names, which is not bad. When Light is at 5 names, that means he is very close. He can get those last couple of names lightning fast if he needs to, if he has the right card set up and the right heroes in play. But unfortunately, this is just going to end up being the game as soon as we click back over to Slyro's turn here. Slyro will just go to Central City, use Wrath to vanquish Alphonse. Gate of Truth does not stop him from winning Showdown. And that will be game in Slyro's favor, a 2-0 victory for Slyro. Slyro even had a True Alchemy to help out as well, and Greed to play somewhere. So that was he was in a very strong position. A very good game from both players. Very well played indeed. Slyro has won and will be moving on to round 2, I believe. So, good for him. Tengu Lord, unfortunately, has lost, but put up a good fight. Regardless, very enjoyable games to watch, and I look forward to seeing how Slyro does in round 2. Speaking of which, we can now see our round 2 matchups in their entirety. we've got Wako versus Kid Jays, Azure Horizon versus Slyro, Falcon versus Lark, and Pumpkin King versus Butter King. The round 2 games will be making their way to YouTube very soon, so we can narrow these 8 competitors down to the final 4. I'll be seeing you for those matches, and until then, farewell.